Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Charles Coachman, and this is Bay Area Let's Talk. Bay Area Let's Talk music. Music. We have just changed the emphasis of the show from doing news and business to just talking music. I am Charles Coachman. I have lived here in the Bay Area for practically all of my life. I lived in the Santa Cruz Mountains for a little while. But other than that, grew up out in the East Bay, in Contra Costa County, Antioch, Pittsburgh, Concord, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, and then moved to the Santa Cruz Mountains. And I have been a Bay Area music fan for a long time, and just a music lover in general. And it doesn't matter what kind of music it is, whether it's rock, whether it's teeny bopper music, whether it is country and western, classical, Christian music, from the old worship songs to today's modern Christian music. But I have enjoyed music my whole life, and I have just a wide variety of loves in the music world. So from what we are going to be doing from this date forward, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we are going to be sharing music. We're going to talk about what happened on this day in music, and we'll be talking about different bands. On Friday, we'll specifically talk about bands. We'll do this day in music, and we'll talk about bands. This is something, this is something I completely enjoy. Take a glass of water. Been a long day. This is something that I completely enjoy, and we'll make this fun. We'll make it interactive. We'll talk about the music that you love, and we'll talk about any type of music that anybody wants to talk about. Now, I'm a little bit older than the hip-hop community, but my nephew did at least one rap CD. Doesn't give me any street cred, though, because I am not a real hip-hop lover. Let's just say that. Let's go there. But basically, I like music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even into the 90s. And now, as the music that I liked as a kid, the people that played it when I was a kid are all older. That's the way it works. Those people that played it in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 80s, at 1980, that was 4 years ago, 41 years ago. So those people are older. Even if they were 20 years old, they're now 60, 61 years old. But some of those people were 17, 18, 19, and 20 in 1960. So now they're in their 70s, and some pushing their 80s. And they're disappearing, unfortunately. They're disappearing from our world. So this is going to be my little way of celebrating what we have lived through, what we have loved, especially myself. I have been just a music lover from my earliest days, and I'll share that. One of the things that I like to do is give our shout outs at the beginning. I'm going to continue to do this. Happy birthday shout out to Andrea Batima, or Batima. But Batima, Andrea, wishing you a very happy birthday. If it is your birthday out there, I want to wish you a happy birthday too. Because that's what we got to do. We got to celebrate life. Celebrate life. Enjoy those birthdays. There's a limited amount. Get out. Enjoy it. Andrea, I hope you have a wonderful day. If it's your birthday out there, happy birthday to you. And then I also like to share the company that we use on this program. It's Grow Live Academy. That is a Ken Walls program. GrowLiveAcademy.com. Ken has provided just a wonderful system to help people learn how to go live. And some of them are just really, really good. Really, really good. So if you are interested in going live, check out Ken Wall's program at the Grow Live Academy. StreamYard, that is the platform that we are using to go live on. It is a simple, once you get used to some of the things, it's one of the simplest systems that you could ever find and that you could ever want to get your hands on. And then I am keeping in touch with my clients using Hippo Video. Hippo Video, just a wonderful program. You just make a message, you email it over to your clients. They don't have to download anything or upload anything. They just press play and go. Hippo Video, a game changer when it comes to video. And just one of the wonderful ways of getting to go. And that is all because of what we've been through this year. This crazy pandemic. So as this calms down a bit, hey, I hope that we're able to change it. And again, my name is Charles Coachman. You can call or text me at 408-439-0766. Texting would be better at this point. You can email me at Coachman. Actually, it's at Bay Area Let's Talk. Bay Area Let's Talk at gmail.com. Bay Area Let's Talk at gmail.com. And I'll be glad to answer any questions. And then, of course, you can leave a message here on StreamYard. Just go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Allow them to use your likeness. Allow them to use your name and your photo so that they can go ahead and put your remarks in there, any comments that you have. And I'm hoping that over the next several weeks, we can build this program up and see where we get going. I mean, this is something that I guess even some people disagree with the music that you like. But hey, I like rock and roll. I like head-banging music. I like soft music. I like love songs. Again, I said that I like old songs from the hymnals. I love new Christian music. I love it. Almost all of it. So you'll never know what I may come up with just to share. Just to share out. So let's go ahead and close that down. And let's see. Scott Ricard, good afternoon, man. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I just got off of Joe Ingram's program listening to, I think I got her name down, Dr. Amy Rucker talking about Canva. What a wonderful class that was. And what great things that she had to teach with Canva. That was awesome. So today I want to start with, I ran across something today and I thought it was awesome. I ran across something that listed songs that have been played over 1 million times. Actually, I'm going to take a look at the ones that have been played over 8 million times, which there's only one that's listed. And then I'm going to read through the list of songs that have been played over 7 million times. And I'll name the list of the ones that have been over 6 million times. It's actually a fairly small group. Because 1 million performances is the equivalent of 50,000 broadcast hours or 5.7 years of continuous airplay. That's 1 million. Okay. The Righteous Brothers, You've Lost That Love and Feeling. And that has been, one of the songs that I've loved my entire life, has been played over 8 million times. 8 million times. The Righteous Brothers, You've Lost That Loving Feeling. Over 7 million times, The Association, Never My Love. The Beatles, Yesterday. Benny King, Stand By Me. Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay. Those have all been played over 7 million times. Over 6 million times. Simon and Garfunkel, Mrs. Robinson. Johnny Rivers, Baby, I Need Your Lovin'. Ray Charles, Georgia on My Mind. The Police, Every Breath You Take. Roy Orbison, Oh Pretty Woman. The Everly Brothers, All I Have to Do Is Dream. The Platters, Only You. The Shylights, Oh Girl. Oh Girl. Elton John, Your Song. James Taylor, How Sweet It Is. Rita Coolidge, Higher and Higher. Ray Charles, I Can't Stop Loving You. Bette Midler, Wind Beneath My Wings. The Beatles, Michelle. You know what? I haven't even thought about Michelle in such a long time. But Michelle. The Fifth Dimension, Up, Up and Away. Up, Up and Away. The Drifters, On Broadway. And then, of course, On Broadway was later played by George Benson in the 70s. The Platters, Twilight Time. Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. Neil Sedaka, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Now, there was the late 50s, early 60s version as Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Then there was the 70s slowed down version of Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. So I don't know if they combined them, but it's been played over 6 million times. And the Drifters, Save the Last Dance for Me. What an amazing group of songs. And then there's a list of those songs that have been played over 5 million times, over 4 million times, over 3 million times. And then there was a list of the songs that have been played the most in England. Number 1 was Procol Harum, Whiter Shade of Pale. They had top 10 songs that have been played the most by the Phonographic Performance Limited, celebrated its 70th birthday, and they had 70 songs that they named. But the top 10, Procol Harum, Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, Wet, 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 Love Is All Around, Everly Brothers, All I Have to Do Is Dream, Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You, ABBA, Dancing Queen. Number 7 is Elvis Presley, All Shook Up. Number 8, Rod Stewart with Maggie May. And then the last 2, number 9 and 10, are the Beatles, Hello, Goodbye, and Get Back. You know, I would have thought the Beatles would have been higher, and I thought there would be a couple of different songs in there. Actually, I would have thought 5 of the top 10 for England would have been from the Beatles. And I'm surprised that there's not some Led Zeppelin in there. They had some wonderful bands that I know a lot of people were listening to in England. So I am just surprised at that. And these lists, there's so much information that's available out there on the internet. It's just incredible. And I love listening to that. Now, unfortunately, we can't play music here during a live broadcast. Now, I can move it over to another page and play videos and play music over there. But if you're doing it as a live broadcast, they can shut you down. So maybe I should be shut down, but I'm not going to be playing anything that's going to catch me in any trouble. Okay, starting out with this day in music. In 1940, Dean Torrance of Jan and Dean, born in Los Angeles, the duo's biggest hit was Surf City. Went to #1 in the U.S., Surf City. Tom Schulz of Boston, born in Toledo, Ohio. Tom was the guitarist, and I read somewhere else where he was also a keyboard man behind the mega group Boston. And who can forget Boston's first album? Oh, man. More Than a Feeling. It is hard to forget Boston. In 1958, Chuck Berry's Sweet Little 16 went to #1 in the U.S. in the rhythm and blues. Sweet Little 16. Just awesome. Just awesome. In 1965, the Beatles went to #1 with 8 days a week. 8 days a week. In 1967, on this date, the Monkees went to #1 on the U.S. album chart with More of the Monkees. Get those primates out of here. More of the Monkees. 1972, America was awarded a gold disc for Horse with No Name. Give that horse a name. America with Horse with No Name. 1973, on this date, Pink Floyd released Dark Side of the Moon. I had some friends in high school and junior high, when that was first released, we sat in there and listened to that album time and time and time again. And one of the funny things, it was 3 Charlies. 3 Charlies. Charlie, Charles, and Chuck. Or we switched me to Chaz at some point. But Dark Side of the Moon. You couldn't ask for a better album. John Lennon on this date recorded Stand By Me. Benny King's big hit. On this date in 1976, the Four Seasons went to #1 with December 1963, Oh What a Night. Oh What a Night. I love that song. I love that song. In 1981, Jimmy Page made his first solo appearance since the dissolution of Led Zeppelin. He joined Jeff Beck on stage. Pretty awesome. What a duo. And then, of course, they had played in the same band earlier. 1984, Van Halen went to #1 with the U.S. singles with Jump. I Get Up and Nothing Gets Me Down. Love that. Love that. The group that I am going to hopefully talk about on Friday, Jefferson's Airplane. Well, this was 1986, so then it was Jefferson Starship, and their lead singer was Mickey Thomas. And they went to number one with the song Sarah. Number one in 1986. And then I had a kid that I played in band with. He played the saxophone when we were in junior high and high school. And he went on to play bass with the Starship and Mickey Thomas and the crew. So he spent 3 or 4 years playing bass with them. So that was awesome. In 1988, the Gibbs brothers, they lost their youngest brother, Andy Gibb. Died of inflammatory heart virus. He had a couple of big hits. The biggest one, I Just Want to Be Your Everything. But all this was caused by cocaine and his abuse of cocaine. So Andy Gibb, you left much too soon. Rest in peace. But you did have your days. You did have your days. 1996, Alanis Morissette won Best Album at the Juno Awards for Jagged Little Pill. And this is where she went and really chewed out somebody. And I can't remember exactly who it is, but I remember the song was about a tortured young lady being treated badly by somebody. And it sold big time. Big time. Well, this was my daughter's favorite when she was a girl. I even took her to a concert when she turned 16. For her 16th birthday, I took her to see the Backstreet Boys, and they are mentioned in 1999, score a hat trick to lead winners at the National Association of Recording Merchandisers annual Bestseller Awards luncheon. I can guarantee you, I put in a lot of money towards that award. Oh, let's take a look and see what else we've got here. A Spanish hairdresser in 2003 pays over $1,000 for a lock of George Harrison's hair that was cut in 1964. The hair will be displayed in his shop. So George Harrison, live on, rest in peace. In 2003, Yusuf Islam, better known as Cat Stevens, re-recorded and re-released his hit Peace Train. Released his hit Peace Train, and which was a tough time still, because we were still recovering from the 9/11 attacks. So for him to come back with now a Muslim name, which he had been part of that religion for many, many years. So there was a lot of stuff going on there, sadly. But that guy was a big man in the early 70s, throughout the 70s. This Day in Rock. Bon Jovi was the #1 touring band, 2011. And I can see that because that would have been my wife and my daughter going for that. And that is this day in music. I'm also going through I'm taking a look at all sorts of websites to enjoy and figure out the most music that I can jam into a half hour and talk about. If you have a band that you enjoy, if you have music that you enjoy, let me know and let's talk about it. Because this time on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday from basically 3 to 3:30, we are going to be talking about music. And that is a big joy. Brings me a ton of joy. I just love it. So that is Bay Area Let's Talk for today. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. I hope that you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Have a great day. This is Bay Area Let's Talk, and it's Charles Coachman. Have a great night. Thank you. Bye.